Hi folks, after looking all day I've now found my recording device. It was literally in front of me all the time. Don't remember putting it there, so clearly I'm going bonkers. In the background one of the dogs, Archie's munching away, so I don't know if the mic will pick it up, but he's just munching. So anyway, I think this is an important one because something, and I'm going to say I think it was incredibly serious, happened on Saturday, and I forgot to mention it. And it was only because I saw, I think it was News Now Yorkshire's video where it was mentioned. Now, halfway around the protest, as we walked around Leeds, a woman stood in front of, I think it was Marty. Well, in fact, both Marty and News Now Yorkshire, I'd argue, and now stood to the side. And she was waving a bit of cardboard, and she was doing that for a while, and I'd argue she was trying to harass them. But I'm filming this, so it's all video. You can see it online. So I'm having to deal with the other dog. She's wanting me to stroke her, so I'm going to switch hands there. But I'm going to say this is very serious because she then claimed he assaulted. Oh, by the way, there's a policeman there too, watching everything, literally watching her and them. Stood right in front, about as close as you can get. And she suddenly decided she'd been assaulted. Now she bizarrely, and this is where I've recorded, I've uploaded it. It's a video called "Police Officer, This Man Assaulted Me," so you can see the hoo-ha. But the full thing's on video, so the bit where she's claiming she's been assaulted, I've recorded, so it's all there. The reason I'd have included it, but when I uploaded "Police Officer, This Man's Assaulted," man heard what was said on News Now Yorkshire's video, so you've got to understand I'd edited that beforehand. It was only a few hours later I heard it. So I think it was quite a few hours later actually. Anyway, so she runs up to the same policeman who witnessed everything and says, she says, "Police officer, this man has assaulted me." And she's filming everything on a mobile. I don't know if she's broadcasting it live or whatever. She's very excited. And then she just walks past him. I mean, the policeman doesn't do anything, probably because he was witnessing. And perhaps she knew he was a witness. So it appears she then tries to get hold of some other police. And there's a hoo-ha. Now, first thing to note is, when I was assaulted and when News Now was Yorkshire was assaulted, nothing happened by the police. And none of the people on the protest bothered to come to our help. They ignored it. But all of a sudden, because it's her, they're running around. So there's a bit of a two-tier system there, obviously. Now, it doesn't go anywhere because she makes this accusation and it's whatever's said. It lasts a few minutes and then it all vapours out. But what's important is, later on, a bloke who was chatting quite happily to News Now Yorkshire mentions that I think the words are, "Your mate assaulted a woman." Now, the problem is, you see, you've got to see, and there's a lot of problems there, is that just because it doesn't happen, all you need to do is repeat this often enough and people will believe it. So this is why I'm saying this. It's very important you do understand he did not assault her. And therefore, this, if she does anything decent, she'll apologise literally to everybody. I mean, next week I would presume if she's a decent person and the people in the protest are decent, they'll say, "Right, there's the megaphone. Can you apologise to Marty and say that it didn't happen?" That would be the decent thing, when we'll see. I'm saying that now. If it's not said, then there's, it's obviously, just got a text. If that doesn't happen, then it tells us a lot about the people in the protest and her herself. Because we have to remember, this is a bit like, claiming somebody has assaulted you could get them into prison. It is very serious. Now, fortunately, as I say, we've all recorded it, but what happens if we hadn't recorded it? They might have believed her, and Marty could now be in prison, or me, or anyone who actually decides to accuse. Now, this is no different to a woman declaring somebody's raped her. It's that serious. You do not do it unless you have been assaulted. But obviously, this is now could because that could now spread like wildfire through that group, and everyone's going to be saying, "Oh yeah, he's assaulted her," and then it gets all serious because then some other idiot comes along and goes, "Oh, I must take revenge," and they could assault him in a really serious way. So can we have this sorted out, please? It's a very serious situation. And by the way, if you haven't worked it out, my understanding is if now she does ever get assaulted by anybody, she's got a problem because the footage will be online, and anyone defending somebody will say, "Oh, she doesn't tell the truth." And if there's no witnesses and there's no evidence, as in people filming, then, one word against hers, and people just say, "Oh, look, that's what she does." And it could happen to other people in the protest. They could say, "Oh, well, they're just making it up to cause problems." That is how serious it is. That is why it's very important you sort this out. Very important. It's serious for everybody, not just Marty and News Now Yorkshire and myself, but also for everyone on that protest. It puts them at risk because if anyone does assault them, they may now be viewed as telling fibs if there is no evidence. And by the way, this also backs up what I was saying. If anyone was assaulted and Marty or News Now Yorkshire or myself or one of the other YouTube films it, then they have the evidence. This is why these people who moan about us filming are rather thick and stupid. And in fact, there was a mention, again, on News Now Yorkshire's video. He made an interesting point because a few days ago, the camp in Leeds, they had some hoo-ha. And apparently some young lads had gone quite late and gave them abuse. Now, as News Now Yorkshire said, we could have spent, instead of, because they do stay up, if they had us, that we'd have volunteered to stay just to make a film of what goes on at night, and if they'd turned up, we'd have filmed it. They'd have been protected. And it'd have gone out and humiliated a lot of people. But anyway, it'd have humiliated the people who went to abuse them. But as they said, Sodom, we don't care anymore because of the garbage we've had. Why should we help people out? We're here willing to help these people, and yet we're getting the grief. And as I pointed out, and I've said this in the other video, there are thousands of people filming this protest. There's the people in the public filming it. You're walking past people, and everybody's got a camera phone. And if you watch, you can see out my videos, everyone's filming, just about. Okay, a slight exaggeration on everybody, but there's a huge number of people filming. There's also all the people in the protest filming. There's also the press who film. And yet they're having a go at 3 working class lads. You are completely stupid. Absolutely stupid to do that. Why? Because you view working class lads as some sort of right-wing nutjobs. How disgusting. That's bigotry. There's nothing there, but we've said it. Could provide some evidence of Marty, me, and myself. I mean, I've been called a fascist. Provide evidence, you moronic little people. These people are stupid. That is the only word. Who whinge about us filming. But, I mean, again, this needs to be sorted out. And I'm saying this, but we'll see. I bet nothing will be said. I'm not going to mention it on Saturday. It's down to these people. If they want to show they're decent people, they will put her on the megaphone and have her apologise. If not, it tells us everything. They just want to have bad rumours spread. That's, that's up to them. But, next Saturday, we'll see, folks. You can judge for yourself. The first thing that should happen is she apologises. It'll show she's a decent person. If she doesn't, it shows her character, doesn't it, folks? If they don't ask her to stand on there, or even speak, just say, "Look, something happens on Saturday. It's clearly she wasn't assaulted." We'll see what's mentioned, but I think it's going to be very interesting. And we'll see how decent the people in the protest are. I'm not going to bother if they don't do it. That's up to them, and we can judge them, can't we, folks? You and I can judge what sort of people. Are they the honest types or not? An honest person would apologise. That's what an honest, decent person would do. They would say, yes, I was wrong. Didn't happen. He's a good chap. Instead, we've got people going round saying this guy assaulted. So I'm saying it now. I didn't assault her. You can see the video. Go watch it. I've got it in full. So that's why I'm doing this, folks. And let's hope it records okay. All right then. Cheers. Bye.